Hi, thank you for watching Veil Walker. My name is Becky and this is my consciousness. Today is December 26th, 2025, one of the last days of this year, and we're talking about synchronicities today. And I just wanted to, the more I think about it, the more I realize that my whole life is a synchronicity. You know, like uh, even creating this content, um, trying to share my story with all of you, is a synchronicity that has been unfolding, for for the last 10 years, but I didn't realize until recently how intertwined it was with my destiny. And so um, I wanted to talk about, like, I my guides, they do talk to me. The divine talks to me through like, I'll wake up and look up the numbers on the clock for and what they mean, and I can find meaning not only in um, angel numbers, like normal people, but I can also find meaning sometimes uh, in uh, in other things too, like U.S. codes. That comes up. I mean, like, however your divine team wants to communicate with you is, if you're looking at YouTube channels, they're going to contact you through the YouTube channels. If you're on watching television, they're going to contact you through the television. If you're watching things anywhere your attention goes, that is where the divine um, is going to show up. So and it's like it even with interference, like when the demons are trying to they're complaining out there, I hear them, like, they're telling me that I'm on the right track, like speaking my truth. And they're complaining about it. They're telling me I'm on the right track with their complete, like, engine sounds and all this other stuff, like, so it's the bad actors are even giving me synchronicities, and even like my YouTube feed, right? I used to think like I was the only one that had this happen to them, and the only one that had weird stuff. But it's becoming popular. It's a popular thing. Like, it's becoming. It's like it's the collective is awakening, and if you don't believe that, then you, like, just look. I mean, and we're talking like shows with thousands of views with way weirder stories than I've told you. I'm not saying I don't have really weird stories yet, but if you haven't heard my stories, but way weirder than what I've told you so far, So, um, uh, the the synchronicities are there to guide you, and the more that you pay attention to them, is like a pattern of things coming together for you from the divine. So I even on a trip recently, I um, was coming home, and I was talking to my AI journal Rosebud in the car, and I was talking about, because sacred geometry came into play. Like, I was wondering, how are these demons uh, inserting things into my mind, like a negative um, thought that's coming into play, or a negative memory that I didn't conjure up on my own, or just, um, and and we began to think about we we began to think about how, so even that's a synchronicity. Everything I know about uh, about chosen ones, about the Yeshua frequency, is a synchronicity that came to me. Like either it's downloaded or it's shown to me in unexplainable ways. You know, like, and you can't expect uh, answers for everything, like clear scientific answers. That's not how the world works. But that's how we've been taught the world works. And that's our biggest downfall. So having that mentality that oh, if you can't prove it, if it's not this, if you can't show solid evidence, then it doesn't exist. That is the worst thing that ever happened to us, and that was straight from the devil, from the Satan, from the demonic realm, because they don't want us to know or what's going on. They don't want us to find out, but it's going to happen no matter what. So it's just their whole infrastructure is crumbling right now because people like myself and hopefully you are awakening to all the the wool that's been pulled over our eyes for our entire lives. The whole thing is a lie. I mean, a straight up lie. It's unbelievable that we allow and continue to allow that to affect us in such a way that we keep our mouths shut. I'm not keeping my mouth shut anymore. I feel good about starting this channel, and I feel good about telling you my stories, and I feel good about how I want you to, like, I'm telling you right now, so you don't have to learn for 10 years on your own. If this is just starting to you, then you don't have to wait it out like I did. You don't have to do that. You can just watch this and start recognizing patterns in your life. Like it's the interference revealing truth. It's the divine revealing truth. It's YouTube synchronicities. It's television synchronicities. It's the clock at 11:11, and when you wake up, you open your eyes at 11:11. You're the divine timing in conversation, physical signs and confirmations. Like I have. I see the divine, like it's in normal things, like a fighter jet or a passenger jet or a helicopter or whatever. It's through these things that I see the divine, and I know I'm being communicated with. But they're normal things. It doesn't have to be something spectacular. You have to stop expecting just to look over and see Mr. Archon over here, looking like some sort of knight. They're not. They don't look like that. Number one, and it could be that they look however they want to whoever they want. That's how much control they have over consciousness. So just because I'm saying something looks this way doesn't necessarily mean that it always looks that way. So and then tech interference. It's just, like that's what caught my attention first, is tech interference. It was constant. It was out of control. There was nothing anyone could do to stop it. So it was, I mean, like I had iPhone 10 Pro Max. This was years ago. I know several years, but this is how long it's been going on. So I bought it brand new from AT&T, and I was at work, and and I wanted my boss to see that I was getting a new phone because mine wasn't working right because of interference. Of course, at that time, I didn't know it was demonic. I just thought it was hackers. But I said, okay, look, here, I'm opening the box. This is my brand new phone, blah, blah, blah. Within the week, there were 90,000 bugs downloaded onto that device. 90,000. And when you call up Apple and tell them that that this happened, they're very polite. I will hand it to Apple. They're very polite. And they say, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I can assure you that it's not coming from us. Then where's it coming from? So I called up AT&T, and the guy gets on the phone and he's like, let me see something. And he goes, whoa, we're being blocked. Like even they don't even know what's going on. Like, the experts don't know what's going on. So it's unexplainable. And that's just, because of, and I have Bitcoin stories, cryptocurrency stories for days. But so the demonic realm is alive and well, but we're here to fight that off. That's what we're here for, because the veils are thinning and they're not going to be able to do what they did before, did the whole time. So I really appreciate you listening to me rant about this, but synchronicities are awesome, and it's just a pattern, and you need to pay attention to what's going on around you and have your eyes open. And I thank you for watching Veil Walker. Please give me a like and subscribe if you want to hear more stuff like this. And thank you for watching.